Art of Transition podcast with Dr. Erica Jones, MD.
Hey, it's Dr. Erica Jones from the Art of Transition podcast. I want to welcome you to another episode and also give you an opportunity to explore something new. So if you have Peacock, I want you to make sure you look for Founding in Color Season 2. Now, Comcast NBC Universal's Lift Labs is actually providing a platform to Black and Latino founders who are navigating the startup world and life's everyday challenges in Season 2. So this is a 3-part docuseries that lets you hear directly from other underrepresented founders. So each episode is going to offer up some gems from startup founders like Pop Viewers Chris Witherspoon and Rodney Williams' solo funds that will make you think and definitely inspire you to action. So whether your business is still an idea or you're pitching to a VC for funding to scale to the next level, this is a series that you've got to see. And you can catch all 3 episodes of Founding in Color on Peacock. So stay tuned as you see Rodney Williams being interviewed by one of the producers of the show, Isaac Asawata. So stay tuned.
And so before you can jump into Founding in Color, I just really wanted to talk about, solo funds. What drew you to this mission and how did it all get started? You've accomplished so much. It's not your first company. Just really tell us, how did you get there?
Well, the story is, I think it's a great story. My co-founder and CEO is there, one of my best friends. If you see us argue, that's what we do. We don't like each other much. That's how we love each other, right? So, the story, well, I was at my first company, and Travis was at University Mutual. A lot of our friends and family would request us and need access to short-term capital. As you know, as African Americans that tend to be successful, you tend to be the bank for your family, right? Your family comes to you, they want $100 for this, they want $200 for that. And we were like enamored with that problem. Like, why are our friends and family needing this? When we double click, it was not a problem with just our friends and family. Most Americans, middle class America, has 1 to 4 times a year they're going to need $200 or $300 loan. They have a financial shock. And there weren't any traditional products that were providing resources for them. So for us, we felt like it was a huge opportunity to bring a solution that would be a bridge, right? It's just a bridge to upward mobility. But the bridge was going to be provided by other community members like you and I. So Solo is a marketplace that allows people to lend and borrow from each other, right? You can make a request, you set out terms yourself, you can post it to the marketplace, and usually within 8 minutes, someone from around that country will fund you. It's like Uber for loans, right? Now, as a lending member, you make yield. You make significantly better yield than any investment portfolio you have today. The average lender makes over 20% annually, lending to people that look like themselves, right? So social impact nature is incredible, but quietly, not with any celebrity endorsement, not with a significant amount of funding, focusing on product and focusing on bringing something in the community that people love. We've grown to 1 million users, over 700,000 loans funded, $300 million in transaction volume, 20 million a month.
So I have to ask, so you guys started in 2018?
Yes.
Okay. So your trajectory has been just a few, 5-ish years? So I have to ask you, did you think that you were going to be here? Did you think that you would get here in 5 years or more or less? Like, this is an incredible journey.
Have you met us?
I have. I bet you.
I apologize any way that my co-founder and I show up. But we walk into every room like we're supposed to be here.
Yeah, you are.
We walk into every room like you should know us.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not because it's coming from a place, it's coming from a place of hard work. It's coming from a place of a lot of investors saying, I don't believe in $200 loans, people that look like you. is coming from a place where we weren't in the SVB crisis. Because SVB told us that founders like yourselves wouldn't be banked here.
Wow.
So of course, I wear my chains and I act a little different, and you see me. But yes, we just started. Like, our goal to bring global access to short-term capital is a worldwide goal. We're going to be launching in Nigeria in a few months, Ghana thereafter. We're going to be profitable in a month. We're a very, very different tech company because we had to be. And I think that's going to change the trajectory to a lot of things that we do.
That's amazing. Like, honestly, I just want to, again, I think I give you your flowers. I'm still going to keep doing it forever and always, you know. It was a pleasure, honestly, meeting you from the jump. And we actually met through a liftoff challenge. It was for enterprise-ready startups, and he actually won one of our challenges. And so that's sort of how, to pivot a little bit to Founding in Color, you know, we immediately saw how great your company was and we wanted to know more. And not just about like your business, but who you are as a person. And so that's sort of, if you haven't seen Founding in Color, I hope you do watch it. Rodney tells a phenomenal story about growing and scaling businesses and how it's not just the glamour at the end of it. It's so important to understand the journey. So I kind of want to ask, like, what made you say yes to go on this journey with not just Lyft Labs, but the Revolt team as well? Like, you know, you're on screens nationwide.
You know, being in financial services, we've been quiet. We really, honestly, my first company, if you remember, listener, we were in every article. We were all over. And that was great. But when you're doing something for people you know, like our friends and family use our product. Like our moms and aunts hold us accountable. It's a little different. So we ultra focused on product, not hype. And coming into the year, we're like, bro, we have to tell our story. We have to talk about it. Because honestly, when we don't talk about it, someone else tells the story. And it's usually an inaccurate story, right? Because then we're faceless. So when you gave us an opportunity, you know, we got that email, I was like, yo, we got to do it. We don't like doing anything, to be honest.
You were a little hesitant. You said, all right, how am I going to be in Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, why? You know, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was rough. It was rough. She wanted us there all week filming. I was like, can I come on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Travis was like, I'm not going. I was like, this is stressful. But it was important for us to tell our story, and I really appreciate Lyft Labs, Comcast, the UBC Universal team, especially you, because you know when we won that Liftoff challenge, every company there had raised more money than us for the most part. Yeah, there was a company called, what's the company for kids?
Tell me this.
Goal Center.
Goal Center.
Yes.
Goal Center. Nothing wrong with Goal Center, I like Goal Center. But there was other companies. Everyone knew all the other companies. But I wouldn't come against me in a pitch competition. Right? You should walk away. But anyway, it was really, I really appreciate the opportunity.
No, that's amazing. And I'm glad that you trusted us enough to go on this journey because, you know, every now and again, you know, you see the corporate logo and, you know, you're like, do I really want to trust these people? But I'm glad that you took a journey with us to say yes because it was literally my brainchild along with Antonia and our team. We literally like worked our asses off to make sure the business cheers. So that makes me really happy. So I have to ask, like, how did you feel when you first saw episode 2 of season 2? What was your reaction? How did you feel when you saw yourself on this national platform? Like, kids everywhere can see this, adults everywhere can see this. Like, how did you feel?
I was like, damn, I wore the wrong shoes. I really was. I was looking at nothing else, but more importantly, I was excited.
Yeah.
And I wasn't excited about my story because there were 10 other founders' stories that I did not know. And I was most excited about hearing those stories. Like, you know, the stories of individuals and founders who he literally had a kidney failure.
Yeah, Dustin.
Dustin, while he was founding his company, and then he did it again, and he's out killing it. And investors don't know. There was so many stories, right? And we had that right there.
Hey, Uncle.
And it was like, I was most impressed with everyone else's story. And then I realized like how many stories of our pursuit, our passion that hasn't been told. You know what I'm saying? Like it's great to tell the stories of the $1 billion exits, but I'm a fan of the stories of the hustle and the muscle and the grit and the fight and the stories of losing a kidney for a dream, right? What the hell?
That was wild.
So that's what I was excited about.
Yeah, I mean, I know Dustin isn't here, but I'll tell you that was probably the story that also really shook me. You know, he's like 36, you know, and we'll meet another kidney at some point very soon. Not that he's like drinking or smoking or anything like that. It was simply because he's a founder who was stressed out and he was going so hard and running through brick walls. But now he's like very calm because time means a lot. So like I really love you and Dustin and Maisha. Like your dynamic was so fascinating to me. And you guys were strangers. Literally before you met, you were absolute strangers. So I have to ask, like, you know, to be that vulnerable with people that you don't know. Like, how did you do that? Like, was that organic? Like, how did you really prep for that moment to sit in that room with two of the people that you kind of knew because we did some chemistry testing, we just throw them on stage. But how did you do that?
So, I think Destiny said this, and I'm going to quote him. He said, the more successful you are as a founder, the more you're an outlier to your community. Because you can't go home to a family or a group of people that understand what you're going through. So you feel really alone. This entrepreneur journey, especially as an African American, is such a lonely, lonely journey. I joke about it. I'm single as hell. It's not a girl I've ever dated that really understood why I was working so hard. So when you meet people, you meet founders, all of a sudden it's like an instant club. Like you got, like you, it's all like I don't care what it is you do. I know that sleepless night. I know that toss and turn at 4 a.m. I know that you didn't click the payroll button the day you were supposed to because the money wasn't all the way there, right? We all know what it feels like. So all of a sudden it's like a kinship, it's like a family that bonds, and you become something different. And that's what happened with Dustin, Maisha, and the rest of the founders. These were founders. That's why I said I don't care what you label as success. They were successful because they did it, and they did it relentlessly. And when you do it relentlessly, we're brothers and sisters, and we're together in this.
No, I absolutely. That like makes my heart so warm. I think like one of the goals of the series is also not to say Employ Voices, but to build a community. And I now want to ask, like, are you still in contact with your fellow founders? Like, do you guys still chit chat every now and again? And you guys went through something that's very unique. Like the 11 of you went through something that no one else will fully understand. Not just being a founder, but that experience alone. So do you guys still chit chat? Do you guys still talk?
Yeah, we still chit chat. We're trying to figure out how season 3 about to be like a 10-part, 12-part, 20-part series. You know what I'm saying? It was 19 minutes an episode. It should be like 49 minutes an episode.
Okay, so that kind of won't work for me at all. It's fine.
Because the story needs to be told, and the story is just starting. And that's the best part. I started my first company on a bus on the way to South by Southwest. Yes.
What year was this?
2012. It was 11 years ago. The only reason why anyone knows me is because of that story, right? And when I came to South by Southwest, starting that company in 2012, none of this was here. And I was sleeping on a person's floor. I got my first $50,000 check. The next year, we hosted a happy hour. Of course, my people showed up. That turned into a brunch, and that turned into this. Coach House. Stories has never been told. But this is not a company or a brand's culture event, or Black women, or cities, or Midwest, or whatever the house you want to call it. This is a house built from a bus ride of 20 plus hours building a company And I didn't know who was going to do it. My friends thought I was crazy, and we did it. And now we're here. We want other people to do it. We want other people to feel confident. We want to give you guys resources. We want you guys to network. We want you guys to talk to people that you never talk to. That's why there's an apply button. I don't want to just invite people we know. We want people to mingle and build. And that's what this is about. And that's what I'm about. My goal is not to be the only person in first class. My goal is that I want the whole first class to be black.
Yeah.
So, can y'all join me in first class?
Oh, hell yeah. I need to. No, but I won't keep it all here for too long. I will wrap it up with one of my last questions. I feel like you are just a wealth of knowledge and joy, and it's honestly amazing to watch you work. So what advice do you have for folks who are about to go on this journey? I was actually gonna ask you, what advice do you have for people who would join Founding in Color? It doesn't matter. I want to know, what is your advice for someone who's like, all right, I'm ready to take that next step in my career, I'm gonna become an entrepreneur. How do you even take that step?
Make sure you got the itch. If you have some restless nights of an idea that you think is real, that's the first part. Once you got that itch, I need you to become an expert at that itch. I need you to read about it. I need you to talk about it. Tell everybody about your idea. No one's going to take your idea, I promise you. If it's a good idea, it's part of the team. I told everybody about Solo. We talked about it all the time. It was like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And just be relentless. We have learned so much over this time period. We weren't financial technology experts. We became one because of who we serve. So just be relentless, be passionate, learn, grow, have fun. Also, be authentically you. Yeah. There was a point in time that I didn't show up in my true self. I showed up as a reflection of what I thought people wanted to see. And it feels really empowering to who I am. My hair, my beard, my jewels. It's just who I am. So, that's your secret weapon, that's your creativity. That's the part of the brain that only lights up with joy. So go for it.